Good morning. It is 23 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, Chaves County Manager Bill Williams, and then, of course, from the Sheriff's Department, Sheriff Mike Herrington, and Undersheriff Charles Yslas with us. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. How are you?
Thank you for having us.
This reminds me of my high school days. Surround yourself with the football players and then just run your mouth. You know?
That's right. Yeah.
I'm in good company today. Just try something, Mike. Try something.
That's right.
Which way did he go, George?
No, we got the big guys here today, and really the purpose of this is the county commissioners want to go on record and thank these guys for all the hard work that they do. I mean, they do a lot of things that people don't realize. They're kind of sight unseen. Mike keeps us very informed, of course, but still people don't understand all the work that they do, and we oftentimes forget to thank them for all the stuff we've done.
Well, this is that thin blue line thing we talk about. The idea is we, the general public, go about our day, go see your movies, go have lunch, and just worry about your day. But the sheriff's department and all law enforcement,
Yes, right.
Absolutely. Like the fair, just the fair. Everyone's out there going, but there's some people that do things at the fair that cause some problems and things. But sheriff's department, all the law enforcement agencies, they take care of it, and for the most part, you don't even know this stuff goes on. You go about your day and do your thing, and that's the kind of stuff I think you're talking about.
That's exactly the stuff we're talking about. Is that we had a individual break out of our detention center.
Yes,
the second one ever. Since this detention center was built.
Newly,
I don't know about the old 1920s stuff.
But I mean, we had a lot of cowboys and things. I imagine there was quite a few jailbreaks back in the day.
But we had an individual that managed to get into an unsecure area.
Okay.
And, the jail is constructed with concrete ceilings and bulletproof glass.
Oh, yeah.
It's steel doors. There's all kinds of stuff.
It doesn't quite look like Martha Stewart went through there.
No, it does not.
Right.
And the guy managed to get into a place he shouldn't have been in, and that allowed him to get out. And even everyone has heard that, he got through the ceiling. Mm-hmm. And even the ceiling wasn't just your typical drywall ceiling. I mean, it was a reinforced ceiling, but, he managed to get through it, and he was a small individual, so the hole was not very large.
He basically did a kind of an El Chapo move a little bit here.
Something.
He just went the other way.
Yeah, not quite building, railroad cars and tunnels and things, but definitely, tunneling his way out, going up.
But all that stuff has all been fixed. We went through the place with a fine tooth comb. We added some locks. We did some other additional things to correct it, and it's more secure than ever. But. You know what happened? We called they called the sheriff's department. Of course, I had to report this. Sheriff's department was up for 24 hours easily. All those people that were setting up for the fair, no one had anything to be afraid of because these guys, they came out.
That's right.
And did the
Despite
job,
everything going on, everything, and he was back in custody within a short amount of time.
Yeah, within 30 hours.
Yeah.
And that's really amazing. But the one thing I wanted to say about the jail and the way that a lot of that went on. When a person does something like that, we're thankful when they get out that nothing serious happened, right?
Sure. Absolutely. Nobody got hurt. But everybody's.
It taught us of a weakness in the jail, and we were able to go in and strengthen that and make it better.
Sure.
So that's, sometimes you have to have little things happen to learn what you need to fix because you'll never know until it happens. So we're on the ball right away. And one thing that I want to say is the sheriff, we have the support of the county manager, the county commissioners. They work hand in hand with us. They were kept up to date on everything as it happens, just like I do with every major thing that's going on within this county. I try to keep them up to date on everything. You don't want to be surprised with a phone call and you be the man in charge of this county and not know what's happening. So I like to keep them informed. But one thing I do want to say about the fairs while we're on the fair, Dexter Fire Department came out there and worked that fair for free.
That's awesome.
The Mounted Patrol came out and worked that fair for free. And then I had deputies who came in overtime as well as all of my administration who don't get paid any overtime, came out and worked that fair.
We had adult probation and parole come out.
Yep, adult
help us as
probation
well.
and
That's
parole.
awesome.
But the reason that it was done is it is so important. We don't care if the fair pays us or doesn't pay us, because that we didn't
care that the fair happens.
We care that it happens,
We're safe.
and more importantly, the people of this community needed something to do,
That's right.
and they've been waiting forever for this. And so when it happened, we're glad. We want them to come out, be able to do something, and be safe while they're doing it. And I'm going to tell you, they were walking around enjoying it, not worrying about what's going on around them.
Yeah.
Because everywhere you look, there was a deputy.
Yeah.
Or a mounted patrolman, or whatever.
Times I was out there, everywhere you looked, there was someone within eyesight that to turn to if you needed help.
You needed help.
Right.
Yes.
I was at the front gate and I met, and it was amazing to see people. I met people from Rio Rancho, from Albuquerque, from Lee County, Eddy County, people that came from all over southeastern New Mexico and northern New Mexico, just because our fair went.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, theirs didn't turn out, or may not have had.
We're going to have to change the name
happened
to
the way
the
ours
Eastern
did.
Mexico State Fair to just State Fair.
But it was-
Right. Yeah. Well,
It was amazing, and one night, and I'll tell you, one night, the head count through one gate was over 5,600 people,
That's
and so that is
impressive.
amazing.
Yeah.
And it is great to see everyone out there enjoying themselves,
Yeah.
and getting back to some type of normalcy.
And just
Absolutely.
like Sheriff Herrington said, people needed something to do. We're
Yeah,
tired of being
absolutely.
locked up and
Absolutely.
told to stay home.
We're communal people, and
Right.
we want to be in our community.
and we have a
wanna
great
be-
fair.
Yeah.
The
right, we do.
livestock, alone.
And we
I
proved
mean,
it.
I dig pigs. I always go to the pig barn. I mean, that's my highlight of the fair. Other people, I got a funnel cake. Great.
I
Great.
eat
I
pigs.
got.
Me too.
There you go. I got to see the
I
pig.
got that hat on just because I want. I joke with people, and I'm not trying to offend nobody, but it looks like a yarmulke, right?
Yeah.
It does.
And so I tell people I'm a Jew for pork. So
Yeah.
I see the insignia on the top. Now I see the insignia.
Well,
bacon is my god. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just making joke. But something I also wanted to bring up, and this is something I was mentioning with Bill here. We're kind of getting back to the jail escape thing. This is something that I just want to make sure people realize is this is the amazing thing of the human spirit and the human brain.
Yeah.
Once we make up our mind and determine to do something, we can. You'll go through amazing feats to do that. And when you look at some of the folks that call the jail home and that they don't want to be there, and they're literally doing nothing but 24/7,
24 hours a
Thinking
day
about-
thinking about how to
ways
get out.
to do. They're going to figure out a way. It's just the human. If there's a will, there's a way. And so
They find the vulnerabilities,
Like-
absolutely,
like-
and then it's our job to plug those those leaks.
Like the sheriff
stop
said,
those
that's how we
vulnerabilities.
learn some of these things. I mean,
Yeah.
you can get the most mastermind engineers on the planet to design a unescapable jail, and I guarantee you give an inmate enough time and enough resources in his brain, he's going to figure or she's going to figure out a way to get out of there. I mean, and for anybody that doesn't believe me, go turn on like National Geographic and watch one of these people in bar shows. There's one on Netflix called Jailbirds.
Yeah.
Go check that one out. And they use the toilets like telephones. I mean, they literally have a whole community,
Yeah.
and they do things like they. If you need to, they will tell you how to get high on the weirdest things on the
Ingenious
planet.
things.
Yeah.
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 Like they literally like you give them like a Benadryl and next thing you know they've got a illegal narcotic on their hand.
Well,
It's
Well,
almost impressive how they can do this stuff.
And there's a whole lot of things that have to be done to run a jail properly, and we're very fortunate. We have good staff, but it takes a community to run a jail.
Absolutely.
So
Takes a village.
What day was that? I believe it was Wednesday that Sheriff Herrington and his deputies, they went out and they checked the front of the jail. Everyone says behind the bars, you got to make sure, and we have guards that make sure that no illegal substances or things are found in there. If they find it, they do a shakedown. Well, from time to time, the sheriff will surprise them and go out and he will check the front and make sure that it's not coming in from other means.
Sure.
Right.
Well, and there's always that potential that they get to
there
someone
really is.
For people, and whether they're doing something on purpose or just sloppy,
Yeah.
How do you think the El Chapos of the world get where they want to do?
Forgot what they were doing,
Exactly.
and they went out and they've conducted
and using the sheriff's office as well as the Roswell Police Department K-9 units.
right.
We went through all of the areas where the guards and the civilian population are most of the time. Didn't go into the pods right now. We've got the coronavirus,
Well,
and we got people locked down.
Versus, yeah.
But we also, but what this was about was, and the jail out there knows this, that I have already said, and along with the county, that we are going to do this often, but never being known when.
Gotcha.
Anytime,
So
any.
it could be
Often, but unannounced.
unannounced. Right. So we went out there, worked those dogs to death. Everything went very well. Very happy with the end results, and but it kept everybody on their toes, and it also gave the dogs some good training.
Sure.
So it works out both ways.
Well, and it's and I would imagine the administration at the facility at the jail there, because that's a tool for them too. They want they want to know where the cracks in the armor are, so they can fix them. And so that we don't want to find the cracks in the armor by our inmates. We want to find it because
No,
we're
it's a
doing
great
our own.
training opportunity for them and for us. Plus, we make sure that the JAFE is safe and secure for the community, which is what the commissioners are all about. There's no withholding funding for law enforcement in Chaves County. I mean, we're all in to do whatever we need to.
We're all vested.
And I know everybody's looking for work right now, but in law enforcement and corrections, if you're looking for a career for your family, there's great options in both. So.
ChavesCounty.gov. You can go online. You can get an application. Those are always available. And
Great benefits.
Mike and Charles are both looking for qualified people. And if you aren't a certified officer, but you're interested and you want to take it on, they'll train you. They'll send you to the academy.
They'll go and get your progress from reports from Hobbs and everything else.
I just did the parent teacher conference, and I want to say something real quick.
Yeah,
that deputy is doing amazing. Is in the running for valedictorian.
Nice, top of the class here.
Yeah. She is
good for her.
She is very smart and and we're very, very proud.
Excellent.
Not just of her, but of all the deputies that have come out.
How much time she got left at the academy?
She is on week 11. Out of 16.
Is it 16 weeks?
Yes,
okay,
so she's doing good.
She's got about a little over a month here, and then so just out of curiosity, since we're talking about it, once they complete the academy, obviously they don't say, "Here's a car and good luck to you."
Right.
What happens next after that?
She comes back and goes through another 3 months of training.
FTO.
With field training officers.
So ride with the officer and
teach you. The academy was great, but we're going to teach you how to apply that to the street.
Sure.
Because once you get out there and it's a split-second decision, you have to be able to figure out all that stuff they taught you at the academy. How do we apply that now?
Well, and also to the county, the sheriff's department, law enforcement, the frequent, the neighborhood. The areas they patrol.
Believe me.
So there's that. Even if the police officer is born and raised here, they still may not know the frequent flyers, the people that they're going to be coming across all the time.
Especially if they just started this job.
Yeah, and so that 3 months is almost not just some cementing training, but also,
familiarization.
Meet your beat. Meet your beat here. Meet the people on your beat. Meet the folks here. And hey, by the way, look out for her. She's going to be, if you need help, come to her. But if you're goofing around, she's going to crack. She's going to crack down on that.
There's two groups that you want to know. You want to know the bad guy, and you want to know the good guys who want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Because without the people talking to you, you don't solve anything. And so the guys who are always causing problems, we're going to go out there, we're going to deal with them, and we're going to see them again over and over.
Yeah.
And the only way, though, like I said, we really solve crime within the United States of America or this in the world, period, is whenever somebody tells you and gives you information on things. And so my goal is not only when they come back to teach them the bad guy, but to get out there and teach them community policing.
Yeah.
And that's very important. Let people know this is the deputy that's now going to be working in your area.
Mm-hmm.
Please contact them if that you have any information or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's really good for my deputies to know we deal with the bad guy, but there's so many more good people that want to tell you and help you
We're dealing with humans,
enforce the law, make it safe.
Yeah, and even the bad guys, they're humans, and there's times,
there's
where there's compassion, and that's where, as peace officers, you gotta play the Kenny Rogers, the gambler. It's like, all right, when do I need to play guidance counselor?
You're the Renaissance man.
Or when do I need to play enforcer?
Exactly.
And that's where and the same bad guy you've been dealing with all the time. Sometimes you got to be the enforcer, but other times you got to be the mentor, the person to just sit down and say, dude, what's going on, man?
Yeah.
Why do we keep doing the same thing over here? What's going on? And that's part of that familiarity and getting with and doing the social side of policing, and that's. But
the things that they do are just amazing. You brought up a minute ago about you live someplace, but you don't really realize what's going on. I grew up around here, back in the 70s, back before Mike was around.
Yeah.
And of
he was with his bell bottoms and
That's right,
we knew, you probably shouldn't go over in that area.
My hair all curly like
a big fro.
Big mustache. But we knew there were certain places where you probably didn't need to go or do things, but there was stuff just like now that goes on around you that you don't know. If you're not into that, you don't know a lot of these things that are going on. And so their ability to take a trainee and take them out and say, okay, here's some things you probably want to watch for. And I've been amazed at the things that are going on right under my nose because that's not something I was ever trained to do.
I said the exact same thing.
So we're very fortunate to have such good trained people and such people that are willing to train and share their knowledge with incoming.
Give you an example of that. One thing is when you put a new person in your car and you're driving down the road, you can pass right by somebody standing on the side of the road, and you're like that. I wonder what that guy's doing. And the person in the passenger seat's like that. What guy? They don't even see it. Or, as you're driving by, you're like, hey, did you see that person at that window looking in?
Yeah.
They're like that. No, I didn't even see. But it's because as you're moving, you're seeing little things, and every movement catches your eye.
Sure.
But it's fun to watch like you said, the things that you take for granted and they are oblivious to.
You don't realize how not observant you are until someone points it out to you. You think, I'm a pretty observant person. It's like, what's going on there and there?
People and places. Because 24 years ago, and I always tell the story, 24 years ago, the sheriff was my FTO, and we were on nights. Well, I went to days at the end, drove by, and I said, hey, when did they build that building? That's always been there. It's amazing what you see during the day that you don't see at night. Yeah. But here's the other thing. Doing this job takes you out into places that you normally wouldn't go. Yeah. And it allows you to see the county.
Sure.
It allows you to see the county as a whole in places where you normally wouldn't drive out or do anything. And we tell, sometimes we'll have someone says, the roads are bothering me. I'm learning the roads. Take your family, take a weekend, get a Coke, take a drive.
Yeah.
And learn your community.
Yeah.
And that's the main
Go get
thing.
lost.
This is where you live. This is where you work.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Although certain neighborhoods, maybe get lost during the day.
Well, it's like it's like off vacation, pop, roll them up. That's how it is. But
smell America. Roll up the windows.
So let me just say this too. I want to get this out there. Just a day ago or 2 days ago now, I put out an all call to the community to help me with candy.
Yes.
For the trick or treats and things that we're going to be doing, the trunk or treats. And yesterday we just had a flood.
It was amazing.
Of people bringing us candy, and we still need more.
Okay.
But I'm going to tell you, it is amazing to see people that come out to help whenever you call upon them. So
awesome.
it's really a good thing.
Well, good deal. So Sheriff needs more candy.
Absolutely.
If we're asking for candy, I'm American Legion Post 61. We got our Halloween event on the 30th there.
October 30th.
Yeah. If you'd like, you can drop some candy off here too, and we're giving that out to the kids at that event too.
Absolutely.
So grab it while you're grabbing a bag for the sheriff. Grab one for the Post 61 if you don't mind.
Well, I'll tell you, it's amazing, and they do this, and but that goes back to what we were saying. So not only does the sheriff department feel as though they have the support of the community, but we also have the support of the commission and the county manager. And this is something I'm going to tell you, things have really changed in that, with that confidence since Bill has taken over as the county manager. And I'll tell you, it has been really good to see how all the departments are working together. Yeah. Everybody understands he's approachable. We can go there, we can talk to him, and you feel like part of the team, and that's very important when you have a entity that like ours that is of different types of jobs or careers, but we all serve the same purpose, and that is to make Chaves County a better place.
And there's so much goes on at the county that I have no idea of what goes on, just like the SO I was talking about, not recognizing things. The assessor's office, I don't know what those people do. It's kind of fascinating.
The assess, of course.
They'll start talking to me about something. The treasurer does a great job, and how they can collect 99% of the taxes due and stuff. How do they do that? They're good at their job.
Sure.
The clerk's office. I mean, they run elections that there's never any question about the elections in Chaves County.
Sure.
Because we have good departments. Yeah. We've got every department knows their stuff and they know how to do it, and I don't need to be micromanaging by any means, and I appreciate what you said.
Well, and then there's that cohesion
I just learned from all of them, and all I do is kind of heard,
But I think there's also that cohesion among the departments.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, obviously, they all elections, the sheriffs and the clerk's office probably work hand to hand.
We have the same thing. The departments respect the other departments. They work together and they learn together and they do anything they can to help.
Really is.
And not only that, Chaves County is one of the counties that other counties call and say, how do you guys handle this? How do you do this? They look to Chaves County as the leaders within our state. And I'm not talking just little, counties. I mean, big counties. Bernalillo County will call and ask Chaves County how they do things. Yeah. So, that's something we've got good people down here. And it's not just in the county offices, but throughout the county, we have good people, we've got smart people, we've got people that pay attention.
Individual responsibilities, but a common goal, and that is the county.
Well, and I'd just like to point this out. We all watch the news and everything, and it seems like almost every week you're turning on the Albuquerque news, and there's some city or county or some entity that their books are all kinds of goofed up, or the state's got to move in and all. You never hear that kind of talk about Chaves County.
No.
Where every the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed. Now we don't agree with everything they keep sending down our way, but as far as making sure we come correct when we do our stuff, the county does an amazing job of doing that.
and living with the things that come down the pike from the federal government and the state government. It really creates hardship to get those jobs done and not to cheat the people that we're supposed to be serving, and that's what makes Chaves County commissioners, the sheriff, all our elected officials, they all understand we're serving the people. They're not working for us. We work for them.
Absolutely,
that's right. And that's something that you talk about our new people who coming back from the academy and everybody that we hire. The first thing that we teach is you are a servant of the people.
That's right.
You're not above anybody. You're a servant of the people. You're going to go out there. You're going to enforce the law. But the main thing is, and you see on a lot of cop cars everywhere, the words protect and serve. Well, here it's serve and protect. Protecting is something you're going to do. Deputies are going to run to the fight. Have no doubt. The hard part is to get them is to go in and talk to a first grade class, without. So
that's the scary part.
That's the scary part. So what we're doing is
kindergarten cop. We know what can happen.
Absolutely. So what we're doing is we want to really push and teach that it is so important to talk to the community and let them know what you want.
Sure.
Because they're so willing to give it to you.
Absolutely.
And so that's so important to us.
Well, and that's the difference between community policing and just, being a law enforcement officer.
That's right.
You need to be a people person to deal with people.
Sure.
And some people find out this isn't the job for them, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But we're very fortunate that those that we do find and those that do come on board, they are people. They're a people person.
Sure.
And if you can talk to somebody, then even one-on-one. You've got
and that's just it. It takes a certain breed of person to be a law enforcement officer, and not all of us are cut out to do that.
No.
It's not a bad thing, but you know, if you're not willing to put yourself in front of others, law enforcement may not be the career for you. But if you do that, then you're probably going to find out that you're pretty good at this, and you're going to find that you're
going to go a long way.
More as helping people than busting people. You know what I mean?
You'll enjoy it.
You know,
That's
you'll see a balance and shift of that from going in to have to break up parties to, hey, those are the dudes right there. Come grab them, and you know what I'm saying? That's the kind of support you get.
And these guys right here, these two guys right here, and probably most of their staff are from here. It's in their heart. They care.
Right.
This
I
guy
love
here.
this job.
This guy here, I've met him probably, I don't know, at Oshman's. My sister used to be the manager at Oshman's Sporting Goods.
And how long ago was that?
Yeah, and you know, that's how long I've known him. I used to work with Mike's dad and grandpa, and Mike would ride his bicycle around the shop. Be a smart aleck, I must say.
That's right.
But I mean, these
He said,
people,
where's the sheriff's department?
That's right.
they didn't just turn up here yesterday and say, yeah, I'm going to show you hillbillies how to do some things. I mean, they're from here. They care about the community. They
this
want
is
to
your
grow.
passion dirt, too.
That's right.
That's
And when they
right.
do bring somebody in from the outside, they are able to convey that message to them and get that across. And so that's where we're very fortunate.
And we do like to hire locally, you know, because it does bring in somebody who does care about the you know, it's just like if you were to go to somebody else's house or anything, you really don't have as much worry about, you know, oops, I knocked that off or I did this, as you do your own house.
Sure.
So that's how it is here. When people come in, and it's just like big brothers and big sisters, I can talk about my big brother or little brother or whatever it may be, but you better not.
That's that
And so that's how it works.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So we bring them in. We can see that they really want to do good things for Chaves County, and once that happens, we just mold them.
Sure.
They already have the heart for it.
They got the fire.
We
You're
just got
you're
to put them in the
kindling
right
it.
direction.
We're just forging that fire.
Yeah, exactly.
And
yeah.
I'll tell you, they've been doing a great job during the fair. Everybody was out there having a great time. I was working them deputies to death, and they did, and the mounted patrol and everybody else. But you know what? They were proud to be out there. And when you see, like I tell my guys, you have to see the results of what we do every day, which means fighting crime. And when you can see people out there walking around oblivious and not realizing everything that could happen or may happen, it's amazing to me because they are in complete peace.
And not scared.
They're not afraid.
Enjoying themselves.
And that
You
means,
see me walking around with a mountain of tiny donuts just shoving them in, oblivious to what's going on.
Knowing,
I had so many nachos, brisket nachos, pork nachos.
all I said was,
I shook so many hands, welcomed so many people at the front.
I said I picked the wrong time to go on the keto diet. That's what I said. I was like, oh my gosh. So,
Although,
but
I think turkey leg.
I ate a turkey leg. Yeah, I did eat a turkey leg.
Double fist
Yeah,
those bad boys.
yeah.
I
Walked
saw the
around with them
line
like
and
a
said,
club.
"Nah."
But so I'm just going to tell you that everything that people may hear that happens within Chaves County, you know, we're on it right away.
Right.
We have the support from above, like I said, and from the people.
Yep.
And so when you have that, we live in a great place.
That's right.
With the best interest of the people in mind. And I think that you couldn't find a better place. Really and truly couldn't
Communication
find a
and
better
network.
place.
Yeah, and I think the fair was a showcase of that.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm telling you.
Out
I
of
know.
that whole week, we're very proud to say we had one little incident, 2 cousins of all arguing over a girl. And that was it. Out of the whole week, we're very
that could
proud
have
to
happened
say
anywhere.
that. And you know,
they
the
just happened to be
reality
at the
is-
fair when that one went
Well,
down. I guess.
and the reality is that people were so busy enjoying themselves and having a great time that's what we enjoyed. That's what we wanted to see.
Yeah.
And the walking around, it put people at peace.
Yeah.
One of
It
the
allowed them to do that.
Absolutely, and just know that hey, at any given moment, if I have a question, and that's just it too. I imagine you guys probably did more work of oh, that booth's over there.
Yeah.
Then having to do
wayfinding.
stuff. Yeah.
And what people don't realize-
The same way we do in town when someone's like, hey, how do I get to Artesian? Right there. Or, but that's what you're there for.
Right.
You're there to serve and protect. But one thing I wanted to say is within the coming week, the Chaves County Sheriff's Office will be releasing on my Chaves County Sheriff Facebook page the videos of the officer-involved shootings.
Okay.
That we were involved in. We're going to put those out there. We want to be very transparent. We want people to be able to view it and understand exactly why things happened the way that they happened. And just believe me, no deputy of mine or no law enforcement officer of mine wants to ever be in that situation.
Sure.
Never.
Absolutely.
And
and those cam videos, they really paint the accurate picture of
They
what's
sure do.
going
They
on.
show exactly
And-
what the deputy sees.
and it's sure a great tool not only for training, but we just live in a world where people will blow up a situation into something.
Yeah.
I mean, the perfect example I can think of is that guy that got upset when he was up in the petroglyphs or something,
Yeah.
and he was just sitting out there abusing, and then I think it was a state police or a park police, I don't remember.
Right.
Went in to confront him, and this guy was just belligerent. And the officer was above and beyond polite.
Yeah.
But this guy tried to claim police brutality, not
Yeah.
brutality, or just whatever you said.
Yeah.
Right.
And they were like, "Oh yeah, here it is," and that guy looked like a fool.
Yeah, the
And-
videos really show it all, and so I will have that out there this week coming up. We'll get everything out there. I'm going to release one, I believe today, and we'll start just releasing them as we get everything done. But follow the Chaves County Sheriff Facebook page. There's so much information on there.
Yeah.
Like I said, I am having issues with. I hit the accept the new update to Facebook, and my gosh, that thing is horrible. It's horrible because now it doesn't let you can only have one other page that you can share to, and if you share to that, it doubles it up on your page.
Oh, geez.
And it's a mess. So I'm ignorant to that. So we're working on that right now.
Sounds like a job for the undersheriff.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now.
I haven't been on Facebook in a long time.
It's great. It gets out there. I reach about 167,000 people on my Facebook page, and it really gets out there. But right now, they're just seeing double on everything. So it really doubles up what work we've done.
They didn't
so
get a chance to see it the first time.
Yeah, but it's just crazy how it works. But
tell me if there's a kink in the matrix right now. We're seeing doubles.
Yes, and so that's why I wanted to put that out there, saying, hey, I'm trying to still get everything out there. It's just been a new experience for me, and I don't even understand why Facebook did what they did. It is absolutely the dumbest thing I've ever seen done.
Well, Facebook and dumb they go together like peanut butter and chocolate.
Yeah, so that's a
Facebook
fact.
jail.
That's right.
Yeah, so that's
Who'd
good.
have thought?
And of course, always follow in like the county page as well for the Chaves County government
for jobs
page.
and stuff.
Absolutely.
And actually, I have intentions, and I haven't gotten there yet. This has been a very busy year for Chaves County management, I must say. My plan is to start posting maybe historical facts about the county. People are very interested in the courthouse. I've seen parts of the courthouse they haven't. I've got pictures.
An awesome history,
Show a little piece of the history or some of the old sheriffs and stuff. Mike posted about 6 months ago, I think, some pictures taken out in front of the old jail over here across the street in the 1920s, I believe it was. And, just things like that people are interested in. I think it would be a good use. I'll do that once a week or something if I can find the time.
And speaking of history, if you another cool thing is if you ever talk to the sheriff or Charles here, get them to give you a tour of the police station too. They got some cool historical things for you to check out too while you're there.
Neat things.
Yeah. Right.
Some gangster related stuff.
Yeah.
We have some really
Speaking of that,
check it out. See,
Speaking of that, we need to make sure that when you guys send me my video from here, it says Mike Herrington, Chaves County Sheriff, and then he added his RPD.
yeah, we had Roy in last week.
Oh, okay.
Roy's our backup.
Yeah,
And Roy,
Well, he did all right. He did good.
he did, but Roy dropped the ball on that.
Yeah,
we gave him a hard time, and we got a hard time, of course.
Yeah, so that's good. But
Tanner's on it this week.
he's good. Well,
As always, real quick, if you know any crimes that have been committed or have information, 624-6500, or you can contact Chaves County Crime Stoppers.
Absolutely.
And again, we are accepting applications. We are going through those. We're doing testing. We're currently testing.
Yeah.
And looking for individuals that are interested in doing this job. So by all means, go to Chaves County website, fill out an application, submit it. You can submit it online.
Sure.
Give it a little bit of time. It takes a couple days to get to me, but I promise you we'll get back.
And if you want to learn more about what it's life as a police officer is like, sign up
Come
for a
out and
ride
ride
along.
Come out and ride along.
You guys will,
Right.
and you'll see what the day life of a police officer is like, and
You will
if that
see it.
looks like something that this is sealed the deal. Then guess what? We'll get you going, get the process going, and get you off to the academy. And who knows? You'll be in a year or so. You'll be out here on
ready
the
to go.
streets serving and protecting.
Serving your community.
absolutely.
Good deal. Well, thank you, gentlemen, as always.
Thank you for having
Appreciate
us.
it.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Actually, I'll see you next week, I guess.
Yeah, I'll be
after
here on
County
Friday.
Commission meeting.
That's-
So, and then we'll see you guys here in a couple weeks, I
Absolutely.
think.
Yeah, I'm gonna be back at the end of the
Like 2
month.
weeks, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, something like that.
So don't forget to bring candy to the Chaves County Sheriff's
Yes.
Office if you would like to donate to
And
us.
it's not just for the
also
sheriff,
bring
we
over.
promise.
We
Yes.
promise you that.
Sheriff's on a keto diet. Unless you bring me something on
We're
that.
on a keto right now.
Yeah,
Okay,
but,
cool. So, bring by jerky for those guys.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Wow.
absolutely.
But we would greatly appreciate the. We've got so many events that we are going to for Halloween that and we've been invited to them, and we sure would like to be able to give out candy to them, to these kids out there, and so please help us out.
And
Absolutely.
We make every effort to make every event.
Yeah, you guys are everywhere.
We
Yeah.
will try to make every event, even if we have to.
I'm telling you.
Well, we will.
Split 'em
We'll
up.
be there.
They got
We will
that
be
thing
there.
from that movie Multiplicity in the basement.
That's right.
I'm telling you. There's like 3 sheriffs and two Charleses running around here. I know.
That's good.
I don't know if you've noticed this or not. We have trouble containing one Charles. Let's not wish for two. And I'm sitting here looking at what he's drinking this morning, and now I understand why he's like the Energizer Bunny. He's always on something.
Absolutely.
He's always
So-
moving.
You don't have time to sit still.
That's right.
Not in this
right.
job.
We got the right guy
Absolutely.
for
That's
it.
right. That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you so much.
You listen to 106.5 Rouse